Hey, this is Doug Small, and I'm here again with Oswald Chambers, My Utmost for His Highest. Just reflections from this classic devotion. Today, I'm parked in Mark 4:34. When they were alone, the disciples, he expounded all things to his disciples. And Chambers talks about the need for our solitude with God. It's in our quiet time, our solitude, when we're alone, not distracted, not trying to patch our devotional life onto our commute in the morning or anything else. We're alone. And He is the sole focus of our attention. That's when He reveals things to us. That's when our senses come alive. That's when we hear His voice. Solitude, alone time with Him. The Bible said He expounded things to His disciples. You know, God spells out things to us and He makes sense of things when we take time to be with Him and He unwraps His purposes. The only way, Chambers says, that we can be of use to God is to let Him take us through what He calls the crooks and crannies of our own character. It's astounding, he says, how ignorant we are about ourselves. And only when we're with Him does He speak plainly to us. Have you ever had the Lord talk plainly to you and show you this or that about yourself that you didn't see? You have to get rid of, Chambers said, the idea that I understand myself. It's the last conceit to go. The one who understands us, not you and me, the one who understands us is God. And the greatest curse in spiritual life, he says, is conceit. If we ever had a glimpse of ourselves and what we are in the sight of God, we wouldn't even say, I'm worthy. We wouldn't even go there because he says that's not even worth stating. And he says, as long as we're not quite sure that we are unworthy, as long as we think we're pretty okay, he said, God will keep narrowing us, trying to get us alone with Him, in which He talks to us frankly, boldly, directly, and yet lovingly about who we are and what's in us and what He can change and what He can transform in us. He says He gets us alone, and He will not expound a thing to us until the pride is gone, until there is the end of our self. He will take us through the disappointment of a wounded pride of intellect, through the disappointment of our heart. He will reveal our inordinate affections. See, prayer is not talking to God, not telling God. It's God talking. It's God telling. And the most important thing is not what we say to God. It's what God would say to us. First about what I am and where I am, and then about where I could be and what He wants me to be in Him. When they were alone, when you get alone with God, that's when He expounds things. Oswald Chambers and Doug Small, My Utmost for His Highest.